Ready? I was really happy with the way our coaches prepared our players and the way our players prepared and practiced and came out and performed. I thought overall it was, maybe our best performance of the year. Defense came out and, did a great job of getting turnovers, getting the offense short fields, stopping their run, put a lot of pressure on them. Offensively, I thought we really came out and executed well. The first drive was, Lamar was very, very accurate. We got some run after the catch, and then we made a nice touchdown run and scored in 4 plays on the first drive. So I knew we were ready. I felt like Thursday's practice that we were ready to play just because of the focus and intensity that our players had. I think we're getting better in special teams, so it was good to see that. Blanton obviously did a great job kicking field goals, but the operation we improved on, so that's a great thing. Now we need to get ready for our game at Virginia. We go back on the road. We've got to do a good job in practice this week, do a good job traveling, and get up and play another noon game. So I think our players will be excited about it. No, we just want to go out and play well. I think one of the things that we've really tried to harp on with our football team is let's not worry about the scoreboard. Let's do a good job in the process and playing your best and getting ready each play and executing your job on each play, and then the scoreboard takes care of itself. So I've liked the way our players have handled that. I think they've worked extremely hard at it. And I think we've seen our effort grades get a lot better because really what we're focused on is one play at a time.
How will all of the coaches following that? Ohio State loses, do you have an emotional reaction?
I didn't, and I can't speak for the other coaches, but we're just trying to get better and work at playing the game that we get to play. I think that's the one thing is that we have to understand that the game we can play, we need to enjoy it and have fun doing it and go out and play our best.
What do you like about your defense right now? What do you see here lately?
Yeah, we're doing a really nice job of stopping the run. I like the way our front guys are playing because besides defeating blocks, we're able to make tackles and get production, which a lot of times as a defensive lineman, it's hard to get that kind of production because you're just trying to keep guys occupied and let the linebackers make plays. But they've been able to defeat the blocks and make the tackle, which is something that's been very good to us. Keith Kelsey continues to run the show out there, and Stacy Thomas is a playmaker, whether it's covering or running to the football or playing on special teams. He makes a lot of plays throughout the entire game. And I think our secondary has really got the communication that we need. And we've been playing, for the most part, error-free in the secondary and playing with good technique. So they really shut them down the other night. That first half was a very dominant performance by our defense.
We talked about Jair as a special teams guy. What makes him so special on defense? What makes the big plays? What makes him the cornerback that he is?
Yeah, I think just the combination of his skills. He's got long arms. He's got really quick feet. Jair is a smart player, so he always has an understanding of what's going on out there. He's got recovery speed, so even in the Clemson game one time, he was actually beat on the play, but he recovered and made the interception. He's got great hands. We tell recruits all the time that, Jair was a great wide receiver in high school, even played some Wildcat quarterback, and we all wanted to recruit him on offense and defense, and he wanted to be a corner. So we put him at corner, and he just got great combination of being very smart and being very talented.
Any common thread that led to the interceptions on Saturday that you all had?
On the interceptions we got?
Yeah.
Well, the first one, Tremaine just made a great break on the ball, actually recognized the route. It was a little bit of an errant throw because he had guys in his face as he threw the football. you know, the one that Grenard got was just a great job by our execution of the defense and defensive call. We brought pressure from one side, and he thought he was going to throw a built-in hot throw to their drag, and Grenard clicked out and hit him right in the chest. And, you know, we need to teach him how to carry the ball in his left arm so he doesn't fumble it after he intercepts it. But what was the third one? Oh, yeah, Stacy's was, I mean, he knew what route was coming and the ball was tipped. And, you know, I was hoping we'd get a couple touchdowns on the interceptions. Looks like we were close on both of them.
Bobby, you are one of 4 ACC teams ranked in the top 11 in FBS. I guess what's your take on ACC defense? You feel like that's maybe kind of an overlooked aspect, or does it not surprise you?
Well, I think we're really good on defense, you know, and I do think that, you know, because of Lamar and how dynamic our offense has been this year, and you're scoring points, that people like to talk about the offense. You know, I think our defensive players understand, and I tell them every day that we score points because our defense gets turnovers and gets short fields and scores. Our special teams, it's all about the team. And when you score points, it's the team that scores points. And that's very evident the other day in the first half. You know, we had 44 points, and our defense held them to 54 yards. And we had the ball almost the entire time. So I think we're really good on defense.
Bobby, getting to talk a little bit about what Tim was alluding to a minute. Just a thought about, should it go to an 8-team playoff? Do you have any thoughts about that? Do you think it ever will? And just your general thoughts.
Yeah, those are things I really don't think a lot about. You know, maybe in the off season you sit down and think about it. You know, I always liked before we had the playoff, I thought that all the controversy is what grew college football, is what made college football get to its all-time highest, was all the controversy on, you know, who won the championship, who's in what bowl game, you know, all that. Then we have the playoffs, and it was a little strange that you have 4 teams in 5 conferences. So that, you know, the math doesn't add up real well there. So, but I think it's locked in for a while on 4. But, you know, like I said, you guys think about those things way more than I do, particularly at this time of the year. You know, we're just really focusing on the game that we have to play and the preparation for it, and, you know, trying to find a couple hours of sleep in and then get up and prepare again the next day, and 3rd downs and 4th downs, and how we can get off the field on defense and score on offense.
Talk to you a month from now, are you likely to be in a more political mode? Campaigning?
Campaigning for what?
Campaigning for the playoff.
Oh, for 8-game playoff?
No,
Or?
for you, your presence in the playoff.
Yeah, I think it just takes care of itself. You know, I don't think anyone's going to care what I have to say, whether we're going to get in the playoffs or not. I think let's go out on the field and let's try to perform very well and show the world we're a good football team. And hopefully it would all take care of itself the right way. And like I said before, and last week, I think there's a lot of football to be played out there. There's still going to be a lot of things come up. There's going to be upsets, and, you know, we'll see where we're at.
Lamar said Saturday that his favorite pass that he threw was a post to Jamari Staples. Was there a pass or two Saturday that showed you his growth as a passer, Lamar?
I mean, he was really good throwing the ball. And we went into the game saying that we needed to throw the ball to win the game. And all week long we harped on that. And all week long we practiced it and prepared it. You know, we came out and opened up with 3 straight passes. And, you know, he hit Cole's hands, perfect throw. And then the next throw he threw the deep out where they don't defend the field to James with a perfect throw. And then he came back with a quick throw. And I thought Jalen did a really nice job running the ball. We learned after the first completion to Cole, we said we have our post there, so let's call that here in one of the next series. We got that opportunity. We called the post. Jalen hit him in stride. Perfect throw. I mean, to me, that was his best throw because he hit him in stride and he caught it. And although the one in the end zone was pretty good too because he had to get rid of it really quickly, snap his wrist, and fired it in there. was a little dangerous too.
Were you always confident he could develop into that kind of passer, or what were your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, like I said, the first or second day when he was here, and I remember, I can picture it right now, we're out on field number 3, and he snaps his wrist and throws a post, and it's like, oh, wow, this guy can really snap his wrist and throw the ball. And I've always felt as a quarterback coach, that's the number one thing you had to do is snap your wrist, and you threw the ball with your wrist and your fingers, not with your arm.
So his development, though, as a passer, was more about knowing when to run and when not to run, and then learning the offense. Is that what?
Yeah, I mean, he had a number of things we worked on technique-wise, mostly with his feet, getting his drops correctly, so the timing with the routes timed up, and that his feet got in the right position, his lead shoulder was in the right position, so that's what we worked on technically. And then, you know, last year you throw him in there as a true freshman, and things are going fast and moving, and his instincts were to run. So we worked a lot on keeping our vision downfield, feeling the rush and moving and making throws and being a thrower. And he's gotten more and more accurate, you know, and been able to keep his focus down the field. I thought the other day our pass protection was really good because we had room. You know, our guys up front set the pocket firm, and our tackles widened it. And I always feel as a quarterback, when you have room, that you should be real accurate throwing the ball, and that paid off the other day.
As his skills have developed, how has your relationship with him developed over the last year, 2 years?
He's a fun guy to coach, you know. He's pretty good. We have a good time together, and I can joke around with him a little bit, and he knows when I'm serious and when I'm not. And, you know, like at halftime, we just happened to be walking out on the field, and I think it was Joey Wagner, somebody was talking and praising him and, you know, telling him all that, and he's walking right next to me, and I looked at him and I said, and if they even knew you couldn't throw the ball before you got here. And he just like looked at me like, yeah, right, coach. You know.
Give and take now?
Huh?
Is there more give and take now between you and him?
I don't know, I wouldn't say give and take, but we have a good time. You know, he can smile, and you know, he's so fun to coach. He's a guy that he listens to you, he absorbs what you have to say, he tries to go do it. But we also he makes me laugh sometimes. I just try to hide it.
As he has improved his grasp of the offense, are you still adding things, or are you basically content with where you are?
No, we continue to add things each week. You know, we don't add like go into the game with more plays, but we might, you know, hey, this week this is the emphasis, so we want to add this play, but we'll remove another play so that we don't, you know, get too much offense. You can only practice so much, so that's a big part of it. But we'll like the touchdown to Jalen, that was a brand new play for that game. The concept was the same, but it was a different formation, different route on the backside, and a way to attack one of their players.
Is that a reflection of his improved understanding of the position?
Yeah.
Willing to put more?
His grasp of the
Short
offense.
nose?
Yeah, his grasp of the offense. His ability really to picture what you're saying and then carry it over onto the field. And he's been really good with that. He really knows the offense. You can talk to him on the sideline, and he can picture what you're saying and then go out and do it.
As the season has gone on, have you noticed defenses trying more gimmicks or things to try and
Yeah, not so much gimmicks, but different philosophies in our game. Like they'll do things different than they have in the previous weeks, and most of it's designed to stop the running, you know, of Lamar, or what they're calling the option. And what that does for us is allows us to throw the ball more and deeper and get more man coverage and take advantage of our ability to throw the ball. And that's why we opened up the game the other day with 3 straight passes.
so they do things differently than they've done in games previously?
Mostly, yeah.
Pick up on it pretty quickly what they're trying to do.
Yeah, we have to go to the sideline and make some adjustments and figure out exactly what they're doing. But a lot of it has to do with how they're going to fit their safeties in the run game and what coverages they're going to be able to do while they do that.
How are those things spotted? Is it somebody in the booth who radios down? Is it you seeing it on the sideline?
Combination of everything, you know, our ability to know what we're looking for, and the communication from upstairs, Coach K, Lonnie, Nick. You know, we try to do a lot of work on the sideline when the defense is out on the field. You know, that's always been a philosophy from way back, that when the defense is out on the field, we're working. We're over there with our players, and if you want to watch the game, go buy a ticket.
Bobby, how much time do you all spend on self-scouting, looking at your own tendencies, especially with 7 games on tape for other teams?
Yeah, we do that every week. So that's kind of the starting point in our game planning. Is we'll have the self-scout sitting right there next to us for a number of reasons. We don't want to forget what we're doing well. And my dad's philosophy is still there, which says do it until they stop it. So we're going to continue to do that. But then we want to know situation-wise, you know, what we're doing in certain situations, by formation, what we're doing, what we do with motion, run, pass. Most of it is, you know, tendencies, run, pass. So we understand what they're seeing from what we're doing, and then sometimes we'll mix it up. And sometimes, like I said before, we don't really care. If it's 3rd and 8, we're at home, we're throwing the ball.
Coach K mentioned earlier, a couple weeks ago, talking about maybe a forgotten guy in blocking is more. Can you talk about what he's brought to this offense this year, and especially the other day, a couple of those short?
Yeah, really to the team, you know, because he's on every special team that we have. He does a great job. Every guy on our team respects him. He's tough and physical and just goes out and works hard. He allows us to get into our short yardage run packages and some of our 1st and 10 mix-up run packages. And he really knows the offense and knows what he's doing and does a great job of blocking. And for a fullback, the first thing you have to do is have speed through the hole as if you have the ball, so that you create another hole for the running back. And he takes a lot of pride in it, and he does a great job. Sometimes it's not that many plays each game, but it's always a critical play.
How do you keep this team's edge after a game like that?
We just got to come back and work hard and, you know, challenge their maturity. We got to count on our leadership from within the team, and I think our guys are hungry, so we just need to stay hungry.
One more. How does it speak to how far the program has come since we're 6 wins, bowl eligible? We don't talk about that anymore. It's like, it used to be a big deal, now it's like the bar's higher, right?
I mean, it seems to be a little higher now, so that's good. I mean, that's what we want. We're where we want to be, but we're striving to get to the next step. And we just have to play each game with our own focus and concentration and execution so we can continue to move forward. Thank you.